Check, check, check. Check 1, 2. Welcome to the Athlete Institute in Mono, Ontario. Thank you for joining us on the Athlete Institute live stream. I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play. Orangeville prep for Central Tech Blues tonight. Orangeville, #1 team in the OSBA, undefeated. Winners of the Father Henry Carr tournament this past weekend. Central Tech comes in their first year in the OSBA, 3-3, and down a whole bunch of players tonight, injury-riddled, very shortened roster. So for their first trip up here to face Orangeville, they've got a daunting task ahead of them. So starting for Central Tech, #0, Malachi Davis, #1, Enrique Rodriguez. I like saying that name. Number 2, Kaleem Mullings. Number 21, Nas Roberts. And number 55, Jamal Fuller. On the floor for Orangeville Prep, number 11, Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Number 3, Shamar Rattan Mays. Number 10, Jefferson Koulibaly. Giovanni Scott, number 13 tonight, and Joe Jones, number 15, the center, on the floor. Quiet night up here at Athlete Institute. Central Tech, right off the bat. Rodriguez pushes the ball too far for Fuller. Goes out of bounds. Turnover right off the bat. Rattan Mays, MVP, the Father Henry Carr tournament this past weekend. And Moncrief's getting called with a travel. Both teams jitters in the first quarter. Malachi Davis, 0. Rodriguez, number 1, push inside. Nice basket. Nas Roberts. His turnaround off the glass. I like that. Too many young guys, when they get the ball in there, they'll get that, put the ball on the floor, and then try to shoot. And a guy like Joe Jones is going to swallow you up. Roberts, quick catch and shoot. Joe Jones, back to Rattan Mays. Scott in the corner for 3. Short on that attempt. Rebound Rodriguez, pushes the ball up the floor. Davis with a floater jump shot, can't get the roll. Central Tech with the rebound. Nas Roberts. Fuller puts the ball on the floor, attacks. Matthew Alexander Moncrief swats it away. And Joe Jones, thunderous dunk. Start things off for Orangeville Prep. Rodriguez from way downtown, quick trigger. Rebound Moncrief. Koulibaly slows things down. Looking for space. Rattan Mays. Giovanni worked his way back into the starting lineup. Started off coming off the bench the first couple of games for Orangeville. So Central Tech, a very short team tonight, missing their big man, Jonathan Rivera, over on the bench. I was chatting with him before the game. He's 6'8", biggest player on Central Tech, but he's wearing jeans tonight. So I'm expecting, and that's got to be a travel. Yeah, no basket. They are calling a travel. No, they're calling a foul. Either way, Central Tech ball out of bounds. So I'm expecting big things from the big guys tonight. Joe Jones, Moncrief should be able to use their size and length against the much shorter Central Tech team. Although Central Tech here in the first quarter, very active, looking good. Rattan Mays, Koulibaly, wide open 3, airballs it. Fuller with the rebound, pushes it up to Davis. 2-on-1 Central Tech. Rodriguez, easy lay-in. 4-2 Central Tech with the early lead. Orangeville yet to settle down. A little uncomfortable right now. Also, you wonder fatigue setting in, playing a whole bunch of games over the weekend. Now back at it Wednesday night. Is Giovanni Scott short on that attempt. Wide open look for Koulibaly. He misses it. Rebound Davis. Davis pushes the floor up and can't get it to go. Scott comes up with it. Shamar slows things down. Liking what I'm seeing here in the early going from Central Tech. Quick, young squad, very young squad. I believe they only have one 2019. There's the big man, Joe Jones, muscling his way in. Gets his own rebound, the putback. Joe Jones. That's going to be there all night for Joe if he wants it. Joe can use that 6'9" frame. And there's a big swish. Fuller. Jamal Fuller for 3. Scott, way too careless with that pass. Fuller comes up with the loose ball. Central Tech got numbers. And Giovanni Scott hammers him, and then very sportsmanlike from Giovanni. Picks up Fuller right away. Good no call from the refs there. Davis, although with this short bench, nice lay-in, Nas Roberts. Nas, very long arms. He's got some hop in his step. Knocked out of bounds by Central Tech. Orangeville looks very lethargic here in the early going, have yet to wake up. Kind of like me, still just a few sips into that coffee. A 2.5-hour drive up the 401 to the 410 can suck the life out of you just going 8 kilometers an hour. I'll get there, don't worry. Rattan Mays drives off the glass. Lovely from Shamar Rattan Mays. 9-6. Koulibaly comes up with it. Scott wide open 3, had it. Don't know why he didn't want to take it. Giovanni drives, and a gorgeous finish from Giovanni. 9-8. That's one of the things Giovanni's got. You know, if that outside shot's not working for him, just put it on the floor, attack the basket, put it away. Roberts way too cute with it. Joe Jones blocks it. Koulibaly thought about the long outlet pass to Giovanni, wisely pulled up. Moncrief yet to make himself known. Well, in the game tonight. Moncrief pull-up jump shot. M.A. looking for a foul, said his wrist was slapped. And a nice pass, but too hot for Rodriguez to handle. 10-9, Orangeville. So the Central Tech coach screaming at Malachi Davis. Which I'm not really a fan of. Still screaming. See, what I understand is, you know, your team's playing very well. They've actually controlled the run of play against the much more dominant Orangeville team. And then, you know, one kid makes a little bit of a careless pass, but it could have been a highlight reel if Rodriguez, you know, got a handle on it. The pass was nicely played. It's a little hot, but, and then you go scream at them, and now they're going to come out and play scared. I just think, I don't know how effective. Late in the game, different story. But I think you're undermanned. You got to keep these kids in it, the kids you do have. 10-9 Orangeville with their first lead of the game. No changes yet for either team. Koulibaly will inbound to Rattan Mays. Bring the ball up the floor. Shamar to Moncrief. Moncrief's got a mismatch on Rodriguez. He's got about 6-7 inches on him. And he's got to learn to take advantage of that. He can shoot over top of Rodriguez all day. And I also think he's probably quick enough to blow past him as well if he chooses to put the ball on the floor. He's going to get a lot of space. MA's got to use it. There's Moncrief. Left hand, kicks outside to Koulibaly for 3. Short. Giovanni comes up with a loose ball. Shamar resets with 10 on the shot clock. Shamar for 3 off the back of the rim. And now Central Tech with numbers again. Fuller, nice lay-in. So Jamal Fuller impressing in the early going for Central Tech. They lead 11-10. Koulibaly. And I don't know much about that foul, but alas, Koulibaly is lucky he didn't get called with a travel. Rattan Mays will inbound. Now our first substitution of the game. Joe Jones going to have a breather as Ben Hendricks comes into the game. And Shamar just way too nonchalant with that pass. Rodriguez picks it up too easily. Davis and Roberts underneath the basket. Central Tech. So just the passing, not crisp, very lethargic, very lazy. Orangeville got to wake up. Or Coach Tony McIntyre will go to his second unit, see if he can get a spark. Coulibaly misses again. So Coulibaly ice cold in the first quarter. Yet to hit anything. So we've yet to see Tyrese Samuel. Normally the starter. That's Giovanni starting in place of Tyrese. Talk about a luxury. If things don't go well, yeah, we'll just pull this 4-star recruit off the bench and sort things out. We've yet to see Qual, Kenny Ngosi, Julian Cunningham. Giovanni gets his own rebound. Giovanni muscles that one in. 13-12. Central Tech still leads. Of course, Central Tech, the famed Toronto basketball program right in the heart of downtown Toronto. You know, going up in my days, going back to even, the 80s and 90s. One of the best programs in Canada. Such a storied history. Coulibaly for 3. Can't buy a basket right now. The good news for Orangeville, as cold as they've been, they still only trail by 1. So speaking of that, Tyrese Samuel will now enter the game. And of course, Tyrese goes 6'8". He'll be the biggest player on the floor, next to Ben Hendricks. But you want to see these big guys, when you're not shooting well, let's work it into the big man. Let them muscle their way in. We got Justice Prentice on the floor for the first time. Fuller again. 15-12, Central Tech leads. Prentice. Samuels pulls up, short on that attempt. Fuller again, loses a handle on it. Tyrese picks his pocket. What's the call? They're calling it Central Tech's way. So Mullings inbounds to Davis. Kaleem to Nas Roberts. Mullings looking for space to Fuller. Great vision from Fuller and a nice basket from Nas Roberts. I really like this Fuller kid. And Giovanni goes down hard, no foul. They're calling a possession arrow. Central Tech inbounds. Down 17-12. So here's Qual coming in for the first time. Usually he doesn't see action this early, but I think this is a good opportunity for him. Like, hey, the rest of these guys haven't got the let out yet. You want some minutes, you want to be a meaningful contributor, be the spark right now. Let's see what you got. Kick outside, Roberts puts it on the floor, weaves through traffic, can't get it to go, gets the rebound. So Roberts plays a lot longer. Ooh, talking about long, there's a long three, Malachi Davis. Central Tech looking good. They come in 3-3. All 3 of their losses were pretty closely contested games. Haven't really been blown out. Prentice drives, and he's fouled by Fuller. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Central Tech dominating. So they've yet to go to their bench. Actually, that's not true because Rodriguez is on the bench. Prentice. They're waving. I'm not sure what the call was. Either way, 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Fuller. Roberts pulls up. Off the glass. That's John Clark. So there's our substitution, number 22. Clark out of Mississauga. Class of 2020. 12 seconds to go. Rattan Mays. Shot clock is off. Shamar going one-on-one. Weaves through and gets the roll. Shamar Rattan Mays. And 1. Shamar to try to convert the 3-point play. Shamar and OSBA, excuse me, all academic. 4 seconds to go. Clark, 1 second. Roberts, and has that blocked by Tyree Samuel. They're looking for goaltending, and they're going to get it. Ask and you shall receive. So at the end of 1, Central Tech, surprisingly, with a 24-15 lead. I'm Chris McKee. Thanks for joining us here at the Athlete Institute in Mono, Ontario for this OSBA matchup between Orangeville Prep and Central Tech. Orangeville looking like a little bit of a hangover after winning the Henry Carr tournament on the weekend. Someone's got to be the spark. I've seen a few highlights of Central Tech just online. I thought they'd be a pretty good matchup, but then, chatting with, as mentioned, I was chatting with Jonathan Rivera before the game, going through some of the name pronunciations and numbers for the team, and we went through, he's not here. We've got on their roster 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players who are listed on their OSBA roster, not here tonight. So when I saw that, I thought, well, this should be a cakewalk for Orangeville. And I think some of them thought the same thing, but Central Tech come to play tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to All Things Athlete Institute. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click that red button right below your screen right now. Also, check them out on Twitter and Instagram. Always posting highlights and clips from the game, stats, also updates on many of the amazing alumni. This is alumni night here at the Athlete Institute. Speaking of alumni, seen several former players from AI and Orangeville in action in NCAA play. Of course, Ignas Brzdikis had his debut for Michigan. Lugens Dort last night. And I get a kick out of watching Twitter, seeing some of the American basketball writers and so-called experts saying, oh, watch this Lugens Dort guy is going to be a problem. And it's like, thanks for the info. We've been seeing it here last year, and there's Justice Prentice, nicely done. And then even the year before, I've seen him play at the BioSteel game. And he's one of those guys that just, it takes you all of 2 minutes to figure out, damn, this guy's something special. Coming to the game for the first time tonight is Andre St. Clair. Number 5 is listed at 5'9", out of Toronto. He's a 2021 player. Prentice trying to convert the 3-point play. Justice, one of 2 transfers, him and Kenny Ngosi from Bill Carruthers. Now playing here at Orangeville Prep. So Orangeville decided to go a little press. Let's Let's try to see if Central Tech will cop up the ball. St. Clair. That's going to miss. See that. Rebound, Moncrief. Rattan Mays. I want to see Orangeville play a little bit more urgency. Pick up the tempo. Moncrief puts the ball on the floor, weaves through off the glass. Matthew Alexander, Moncrief, making it look easy. Orangeville full press. And there's that turnover they wanted. St. Clair way too careless. Just heave that down the court, Samuel. And then, what a play, Shamar Rattan Mays. I always say he's the smartest player in the OSBA. Just shows the veteran savvy there. Attacked the basket, used his body to shield the ball, and drew the foul. So Shamar off to a good start tonight. Looking to bring Orangeville back within one. Misses that attempt. They continue with that full court press. Central Tech, nicely done. Roberts with his own putback. Nas Roberts. Rattan Mays, Prentice. Guarded by Mullings. Moncrief. Weaving through and has that blocked. Nas Roberts. Roberts everywhere. Shamar will inbound. Samuel, yet to make himself known. And I didn't even notice the shot clock, to be honest, but neither did anyone in Orangeville. Normally you see the bench counting down the shot clock once it gets to about 5 or 6, but even no one on the bench in Orangeville was helping out the teammates. Roberts. And we got Kevin Nagur, number 14, on the floor for the first time for Central Tech. Roberts. Mullings. Kaleem looking for space. Kick ball on Shamar. Be Central Tech ball out of bounds with 8:06 to go in the half. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the OSBA on Instagram and Twitter. Check out all things OSBA. I saw today on their Instagram, Alec McGregor did his game last week at Southwest, just committed to play for the University of Toronto. So congrats to Alec and his family. Roberts too wild on that attempt. Giovanni Scott comes up with a loose ball. Moncrief puts it on the floor, and he's fouled by Nas Roberts before his shot attempt. So I don't know if they're in the... No. So Shamar will inbound from out of bounds. Shamar looking for space. Throws it out to Moncrief. Prentice directing traffic. Justice kicks out. Samuel for three in the corner. Air balls. And Prentice with the steal. And that's blocked. Nas Roberts. Prentice gets it back. Moncrief. Little pump. Nice lay-in from MA. I thought he was going to go over top and posterize. Who was that? Davis there. Easy lay-in. John Clark. Central Tech looking good, up 28-24. They're playing inspired basketball. Giovanni Scott. And there's going to be a foul off the ball on Tyrese Samuel. Tyrese getting into it with Nas Roberts. And Roberts got the better of him. So Roberts finally going to get his first break of the game as Rodriguez comes back in. Enrique. Clark puts it on the floor. And how that wasn't a travel, I don't know. From way downtown, Malachi Davis misses. Easy rebound for Moncrief. Samuel puts the ball on the floor, attacks the basket, uses that big frame, and draws the foul. Tyrese Samuel, 28-26. That's what you want to see from Orangeville. They're not shooting well tonight, so use that size and strength, attack the basket. See if you can draw some fouls. I was watching some of the Duke-Kentucky game last night. What a performance by R.J. Barrett and Zion Williamson, Cam Reddish and crew. Had the chance to see Duke play in person when they were up here in Canada this summer, their preseason tour. So none of that last night was any surprise to me. Prentice with the steal, pushes it to Moncrief. Moncrief glides through, can't get the roll. Central Tech the other way. Clark pulls up. Davis for three, thought about it. Got lost in midair. I think he's calling a three in the key on, it'd be Clark, I guess. Yeah. So 5:55 to go. Central Tech with a 1-point lead. Koulibaly back on the floor for Orangeville. Playing the point right now. Guarded by Mullings. Samuel inside. Gets his own rebound. Tyrese Samuel. That's there all day. Talked about that from the offset. Central Tech doesn't have the height to match with Orangeville's big guys, so feed it inside. And here comes the highlight reel from Moncrief. Oh! Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Ooh! That's how it's done. Maybe that'll wake up Orangeville. Koulibaly. And a nice putback from Giovanni Scott. 33-28. Orangeville out in front now. There's Koulibaly with an easy lay-in. 35-28. So Orangeville was looking for that spark, and it came in the form of Matthew Alexander Moncrief, showing why he's the four-star recruit. Fielding offers from Georgetown, Florida, Seton Hall, dozens more, and about 50 more to come over the next year or so. But yeah, getting back to that Kentucky-Duke game last night, unbelievable. I mean, Kentucky's fantastic team. John Calipari's worst loss in his history at Kentucky. That just shows how good Duke is. And speaking of Kentucky, of course, alumni here from the Athlete Institute, Jamal Murray put up 48 points the other night for the Denver Nuggets against Kyrie Irving and the Boston Celtics. Of course, Jamal, took that. He was sitting on 48 points, took that last second three, trying to get to 50, and missed. But then Kyrie Irving took offense to it, as well as just about everyone on Boston. And Irving takes the ball and tosses it about 50 rows deep. And that cost him $25,000. He got fined $25,000 by the NBA. Now, to a guy like Kyrie, he's got that in the ashtray of his car, pulling up to the Boston Garden, but foolish. Denver handed it to them pretty handily, and you're complaining about a last-second three-point shot. Back to it, Orangeville, their first lead of the game. I believe. And they might have had one in the first quarter, I think 10-9, but either way. So Samuel, a little reckless, going for the steal, ends up fouling Rodriguez. But Moncrief wakes up the crowd here at the Athlete Institute. Woke me up. Highlight of the first half so far. So again, another 3 seconds in the key. This time it's Fuller. 4:30 to go in the half. Orangeville up 35-28. Koulibaly with the ball, directing traffic. Prentice, he's been a spark off the bench. Giovanni Scott had all day. Ugly shot. Koulibaly misses an easy lay-in. Davis drives, dishes underneath to Nas Roberts with the finish. 35-30. Careless pass, Rodriguez picks that off. Davis drives to the basket, has it swatted away, Tyrese Samuel. And now in transition, Orangeville the other way, Koulibaly, and he's fouled by Fuller. And to me, it looked like a charge. Fuller's got a good point there. So finally, the big boys for Orangeville waking up. Moncrief with that huge dunk a few moments ago. Samuel with a big block. Joe Jones buried on the bench tonight. Good to see Joe get back in. Joe's always going to provide an emotional spark. Always comes to play. But also, you got to be mindful more of the big guys. They got to get their rest. I mean, you see it. Kawhi Leonard, any kind of there's a back-to-back, he's getting a rest. Played a lot of basketball this week, Orangeville, so got to be mindful of wearing guys out way too early. Long season ahead, Christmas season coming up, traveling down to the States. I know they're going down to Arizona. A couple other tournaments in the works. I believe that's a long three from Mullings, airballs it. But he just put it up as the shot clock was expiring. He was looking for the foul. Might have had an argument. Koulibaly, Moncrief. Samuel inside to Scott. He kicks out to Prentice. Prentice drives. Couldn't get that to go. Central Tech the other way. Davis with a floater, can't get it to go. Moncrief comes up with a loose ball and pushes it just a little too far for Koulibaly. And clever play. It's Kaleem Mullings. As he drives to the basket. Draws the foul over Samuel and Moncrief, the two big guys, and used his body wisely to draw that foul. Really go to the line and shoot two. In and out on the first one. Gets the second. 37-31. 2:35 to go in the half. Prentice, guarded by Davis. Scott, long three. Giovanni Scott. Swish. And Davis responds. Malachi Davis for three. Rodriguez got lucky on that one. Went in, still counts for two. 40-36, so it looked as though Orangeville was ready to wake up, then create that separation, but Central Tech fighting back, chopped the lead back down to 4. Orangeville asleep at the wheel. That'll get Koulibaly a spot on the bench. There's Shamar back into the game. Kaleem Mullings. It's a good matchup, him and Shamar Rattan-Mays. From way downtown, Malachi Davis. Swish. Back-to-back threes for Malachi. Like Malachi, he's got to put on a few pounds. He's very skinny and wiry. Giovanni Scott switches hands midair off the glass. Giovanni looking for the foul. Definitely got a point. Tempo of the game picking up. I mentioned Davis again. 3 for 3. Malachi Davis gets a little help this time. Kiss off the glass. He's tied the ball game at 42. Davis, really long arms. Shamar weaves through traffic. Tyree Samuel with the putback. Mentioned Malachi Davis listed at 6'2", but with his arms, his shoes are undone. And you've got to be kidding me. Malachi Davis from anywhere in the gym. 4 in a row. 45-42. Central Tech out in front. If this was the old NBA Jam game, there'd be flames coming off Malachi Davis's ball anytime he's got it. And almost with the steal there. Get it done on both ends of the floor. Davis hit that shot with his shoe undone. And finally a timeout. Someone get a body on number 0. Can't miss. Malachi Davis going in sicko mode. Drake and Travis Scott. I saw in the news this week Drake was doing a concert out in Vancouver and got turned away from a casino out in the outskirts of Vancouver. Because a lot of the times when you show up, they want to know where you got your money from, in case there's a lot of organized crime out in Vancouver. But the funny thing is, how are you questioning Drake of where he gets his cash from? It's like, hey, I just sold out, BC Place or Rogers Arena, whichever he's playing. I'm assuming the arena. Here's where I got my money from to come gamble. Either way, they turned him away. And then the Attorney General of BC had to make a statement the following day explaining that they have the right to do that, I guess. So Malachi Davis, 4 threes in a row. This guy's just throwing flames right now. Moncrief, Shamar for 3 as the shot clock winds down, hits the rim. Long outlet. Davis going for 5 in a row. Finally cools off. Giovanni with 1 second left from half court. Oh, just misses. So believe it or not, at the half, Central Tech leads 45-44. I'm Chris McKee. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a few minutes for the start of the second half.
We're going to have a trick up here on the screen, regular temperature screen. All right. What team you found the most runs in this the yellow back? Is it A, B, or C? How about bring one to the C. You say C. Now, but with the cool shirt, what do you say? B. All right. Now, so the answer. Oh, the letter is B. Right here, this man's a B. All right. Okay. We got one more right now. Now we got question 2 popping up. Let's see. Which player in 2014 graduated classes one who scored special champion? A, B, or C? Thoughts on that? All right, buddy, what do you say? A. So Vincent says A. Matthew, you're the lead, buddy. What do you say? C. Oh, so we got another question. A and C. Oh, and I was right, actually. I picked these. Both of you guys lost that. That's cool. By the way, for the record, you guys might get both prize back, so both of you guys lose. All right, question 2. Let's get up. In 2013, what color was the gym floor? Now, this one is a trick question. Was it brown, red, or blue? Red? Is that what you said? A. All right, so you're saying A, brown. What are you saying, buddy? Red. All right, you got red. So let's look at the real answer. Oh, yes, blue. Yeah. I think we got one point. Actually, this is right. It's like 1 point. That's my score. Let's see one last one right there. How many players doesn't grab that professional basketball? A, B, or C, guys? What do you say, buddy? C. What do you pick, brother? A. All right, so you say 3, you say 0. This is all the marbles right here. We're going to find out who wins the prize, Pat. Pop it up. Oh, option C, 3. That is my friend. Was the prize back? Whoa. It's a joke. Both get prize class. Everybody, a round of applause. All right, fans, let's take a moment to acknowledge our class of 2013. Justin Hunt, Dalhousie University. Marcus Jones, University of Virginia, who now plays professionally with the Cape Red Hawks and beyond. Corey Kennedy, Palm Beach Athletic. Nathaniel Johnson, University of Virginia. Mark Region, State College of Florida. LA, Long McGill. Daniel St. Francis Xavier. Raheem Williams, Nonsense, Mountain, Iowa School. Gentry Thomas, UC Riverside, now plays with Orangeville.
Welcome back for the start of the second half. Central Tech, a little late, still getting back out on the floor. One thing you don't see too often here is Orangeville came out several minutes early at the half, taking some warm-up shots, and they've been out here waiting. So down at the half, 45-44, Central Tech leads. And Orangeville chomping at the bit right now to get back to it. Got to correct what's going on. On the floor for Orangeville Prep Bears, Shamar Rattan-Mays, Jefferson Koulibaly, Matthew Alexander Moncrief, Joe Jones, and Giovanni Scott. On the floor for Central Tech, Malachi Davis, Kaleem Mullings, John Clark just lost a handle on it, Naz Roberts, and Enrique Rodriguez. Matthew Alexander Moncrief drives to the basket, kicks out to Koulibaly, dish inside to Moncrief, easy lay-in. Matthew Alexander Moncrief. Orangeville playing a little bit more energy, a little more inspired basketball right now. They looked good in the second quarter, but they were just absolutely horrible in that first quarter. Sometimes you start to read your own headlines and think you can just show up in the gym. Central Tech's come to play. Davis, lovely floater this time. Malachi Davis putting on a show tonight. (47-46), Central Tech out in front. Koulibaly looking for somebody. Moncrief puts it on the floor, drives, attacks the basket, and draws the foul. Matthew Alexander Moncrief. That's there all day for MA if he wants it. Sometimes he's got to be a little bit more the alpha dog. He's capable of taking over any game. And tonight's one of those times where I think they're going to need him to do it. Misses, but Joe Jones with the rebound. I'm going to like that. Joe recognized that he had two men on him, so someone was open. Koulibaly didn't recognize the open shot. It's Shamar Rattan-Mays from way downtown, but it didn't hit the rim, so it's going to be a shot clock violation. Turnover, Central Tech ball. So Kaleem Mullings looks like he jammed a finger. Wincing. Rodriguez. Kaleem Mullings inside to Clark. Joe Jones swats it away. Shamar in transition to Jones, but loses a handle on it. Mullings misses that. Joe knocks it out of bounds. Rodriguez inbounds underneath the basket. Out to Kaleem Mullings. To Malachi Davis. And that's, I don't like that foul. The kid's dribbling the ball. He's got his head down. There's absolutely no intention to lean in, nor do I think it was a foul at all. I don't like those ticky-tacky fouls. Let the kids play. Moncrief guarded by Rodriguez. Looking to create some space for Matthew. Shamar puts it on the floor, attacks the basket, nowhere to go. And Central Tech's got 3-on-1. Malachi Davis spots open and wants the three. Instead, there's that floater again. Malachi Davis. Been the best player on the floor tonight. Koulibaly. And it looks like Kaleem Mullings is going to be called with a hand check foul. One-point game. Tech still leads. Jefferson Koulibaly. There's Davis. Tries that floater again. Joe Jones comes up with a loose ball, and they're calling a travel on Joe. I don't think he even had the ball in his hand. the ref from behind him making that call. There's the ref, the female ref on the side here, better position to make that call, didn't make it, and a ref behind the play. Way too easy, but Roberts misses it, gets his own rebound. He's fouled. It looks like MA fouled him. It was. Orangeville out in front, 50-49. So Central Tech, very young team, long, lean, athletic. Got some kids that can really handle the ball, really shoot the ball. Bright future in the OSBA for Central Tech. It's a team, next year and the year after. Bright future. I mean, they're really good right now. I'm just saying these kids are all really young. A lot of time to grow. Also, them being, right in downtown Toronto, it's a little bit easier to recruit, get players. They can draw all the kids from the high schools all over Toronto. It's like Malachi Davis, he's out of Mother Teresa, transferred down to Central Tech, obviously for the chance to play in the OSBA. And where's the 10-second? And finally, Giovanni. And Giovanni Scott nearly ripped the rim off. Waking up Orangeville with that dunk. Wow. I didn't think Giovanni was anywhere near the rim. And, man, did he put that down. So Giovanni trying to wake up Orangeville. Malachi Davis hits that one from Brampton. You got to be kidding me. Coulibaly drives, switches hands. Nice finish, Jefferson Coulibaly. And now we got a game going on, folks. And in response, again, this time it's Kaleem Mullings. 56-54, Central Tech back out in front. I'll be honest, when I came up here, there was a bit of a lull in the atmosphere tonight. Normally there's a buzz, you can feel it when you walk. I didn't feel it tonight, and I think a lot of the players are feeling the same. But now, this gym's woken up. I think Orangeville realizes they're in a dogfight, and Central Tech realizes we got the big dog on the rope here. We can put them away. On the ropes, excuse me. Coulibaly loses the handle on it. Joe picks it up, and Jones is fouled. He'll go to line and shoot two. And Jones giving a little extra bump to Clark. Clark kind of slapped him back. Clark, you ain't going to win that battle, son. Joe, the most physically dominant player in the OSBA. Speaking of that, I wrote about Joe. I wrote an article for On Point. Check out On Point Basketball. Wrote an article, 10 players to watch out for in the OSBA this year. I wish I'd seen Malachi Davis prior to that. He'd definitely be on that list. Joe on it. Roberts underneath to Clark. Easy lay-in. John Clark. 58-56. Tech back out in front. Giovanni for three. Giovanni Scott. Giovanni's the guy tonight in white. Roberts lost a handle on it. Back to Fuller for three. Joe Jones with the rebound. Shamar looking for space. Weaves through traffic off the glass. And the finish, Shamar Rattan Mays. And one. It's a night of highlights, let me tell you. So Coulibaly will have a blow. Justice Prentice back into the game, played well in the first half. Still yet to see Kenny Ngosi and Qual and Ben Hendricks only played about a minute or two apiece. Buried on that bench. Tyrese Samuel, a bit of a quiet night. Maybe one or two nice plays, but you want to see a little bit more out of him. Looks like a foul's going to be called on Justice Prentice. I'm in that, you know, when you can feel the flu coming on, and it's coming on. My other job, I do traffic and news and weather at TSN 1050 and News Talk 1010. And our studio is about 15 feet. It's a little tiny room, but there's about 6-7 people in there, and everyone's been sick this week. And I knew eventually it's coming my way, and I can feel it. Let's try and get through the rest of this game. Got to play through the injuries sometime, just like the players. Moncrief. Can't get the roll. Rebound Fuller. Nas inside. Tried the alley-oop, not there. Fuller using that big frame of his. And he gets his fourth opportunity. Not sure who the foul was on. Davis inbounds. Underneath to Clark. Off the glass. Nice basket from John Clark. John out of Mississauga, class of 2020. Got him listed at 6'5", but again, he's got those big, long arms. Plays a lot longer. Prentice. And he'll draw the foul. But one thing I understand is that he's got Fuller underneath. He's got 3 guys in blue, all underneath the basket. All he had to do was pull up, and he had like a little 6-foot jump shot, wide open. Didn't want it. Either way, draws the foul, gets to the line. 62-61, Orangeville out in front. So Moncrief woke up Orangeville in the first half, but Scott playing with a little fire. Giovanni, an all-star this weekend at the Henry Carr tournament. I like that Henry Carr gym. That's one of the gyms I played in many, many years ago. My days in the TDCAA. Oh, Tyrese Samuel swats that away. Moncrief skips through. Prentice thought about the 3, kicks out. Now Moncrief for 3. Matthew Alexander Moncrief for 3. 67-61. Fuller attacks the basket. And how they're calling a foul on that, absolute nonsense. Tony McIntyre and the rest of the Orangeville bench, none too pleased with that. Fuller will shoot 2. Jamal out of Toronto, a 2021. Substitution. So after hitting that big 3, Moncrief will have a breather. Shamar Rattan-Mays back into the game. And Giovanni's fouled, and he'll go to the line to convert the 3-point play. Giovanni having a night. (69-64). So Central Tech playing with a very short bench and sticking with, for the most part, their core of starters. So it'll be curious to see as this game, we get into the fourth quarter, get a little later, how the legs are. Orangeville trying to keep it fresh now. Quick rotations, move in and out this deep roster of talent. Kaleem Mullings looking for space. And a hand foul on Prentice. That's a good call. And Kaleem Mullings a little ambitious, looking to get the basket as well. But it was well before he shot. Took about 4 steps after. He'll shoot 2 regardless. Kaleem listed at 5'10". He's also out of Toronto. He's a 2021. Rims in and out on that attempt. Talking to himself, not too happy. Coulibaly for Prentice. Jones. It's a long 3 from Coulibaly. Looking to draw the foul. Didn't get it. And Malachi Davis. And that's going to go out of bounds. Turnover. And Tony McIntyre just got teed up. And he's got a right to be angry because they're just phantom calls. One of the good things about getting a technical as a coach is now it allows you the opportunity to actually say what you want to say because you've already been teed up. So you might as well just say it. Yeah. So Malachi Davis with the ghost high fives to his teammates. And Davis's shoes undone again. He's got to get some tape or something on that. Jones underneath the basket. Nice finish from Joe. 71-66. Orangeville out in front. And Joe Jones! Don't bring that in here! However, Central Tech responds. Kevin Nagur gets the lay-in off Jones's block. Central Tech, they just won't go away. You know, once you start to feel the momentum moving in favor of Orangeville, you know, they open up a 6-point game and then Tech right back at it. Rattan Mays with the floater, can't get it to go. Giovanni Scott gets the rebounds. And he's fouled by Rodriguez. So Giovanni, a class of 2019. This is his final year at Orangeville. I'm listed at 6'6", 230. And he's been playing really inspired basketball over the past couple weeks. I talked to Giovanni a couple weeks ago. I said, you look like you're playing with a bit of chip on your shoulder. Is that fair to say? Basically, like, yeah. I think he's got something to prove. Starting to reel in some more offers. We've got USC. I think Arizona State is in that mix. I know Central Michigan last week. The big schools in the MAC. Speaking of the MAC, it's posted some video on my Twitter, at Mr. McKee. I spoke to Todd Kowalczuk, the head coach at Toledo, which is, of course, where Keyshawn Saunders with Orangeville Prep last year down there, and got some audio and video of Coach Kowalczuk talking about Keyshawn, how he got down there. Look for my article out this week on just a full season preview of Toledo. A little bit of info on Keyshawn as well in there. Giovanni Scott. In and out, can't get it to go. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Malachi Davis, end to end, went too far underneath the basket, and now Orangeville's got numbers. Giovanni, and what's the call? They're calling a charge. And Giovanni's gone down hard, but it looks like he's going to be all right. Colleen Mullings helps him up. 73-68. Orangeville out in front. Malachi Davis again. Ooh, misses on that attempt. Malachi has NBA 3 range. And he's a class of 2021. Tyrese Samuel back into the game. Want to see a bit more energy out of Tyrese tonight. Excuse me. Davis again attacks the basket from the free throw line with a floater. Malachi Davis can hit it from anywhere. 6 seconds left. Koulibaly, long jumper, misses on that attempt. Samuel with the putback, can't get it to go. So at the end of 3, Orangeville by a hair, up 73-70. We got a ball game, folks. Stick around. This one's going down the wire. Thanks for joining us here on the Athlete Institute live stream. I'm Chris McKee, doing the play-by-play. Just don't forget, you can check me out on Twitter at Mr. McKee. You can check out my book. I wrote a book this summer. It came out August 17th, called Life on the Road with the Wu-Tang Clan. It's about my 12 years as the agent and tour manager for the most notorious group in hip-hop. The link you can get on Amazon, Amazon.ca here in Canada, Amazon.com if you're watching in the United States. Some of those coaches down in the U.S. watching. Or the link, the sales link is on my Twitter, at Mr. McKee. It's a pinned tweet. So I can't say enough about Malachi Davis. You know, some of the pregame notes I was reading and some of the info on Central Tech. A lot of it was mentioning Colleen Mullings, and he is a really nice player, but wow, this guy Davis can literally, as soon as he gets over half court, he's chucking it up, and it's going in. So back to a start of the fourth quarter on the floor for Orangeville. Shamar Rattan-Mays, Jefferson Koulibaly, Justice Prentice, Joe Jones, and Tyrese Samuel. For Central Tech, there's Lachlan Maudsley seeing his first action, number 25. Enrique Rodriguez, Malachi Davis, Kaleem Mullings, and Kevin Nagur, who's trying to guard Joe Jones. Good ball movement. Shamar from the corner gets it to go. Shamar Rattan-Mays for 3. Davis, he can handle the ball well. He just can't tie his shoes, that's all. Rodriguez pulls up. Swish. Enrique Rodriguez. Jones, guarded by Maudsley. What's the call? Maudsley, I think I've complained enough about the refs, but Shamar will inbound. Got Koulibaly. Joe from the free throw line didn't want it. But gets the putback, Joe Jones. Cleaning up the mess. Koulibaly with the turnover. Rodriguez was too cute with that. And Shamar with a nice putback. 80-72, largest lead of the game for Orangeville at 8. Kaleem Mullings drives, kicks out. Maudsley couldn't get a handle on it. And there's Mullings, short on that attempt. Shamar's got Joe Jones. And here's Joe Jones with the throwdown. Hell no, he won't slow down. (82-72), largest lead of the game. Orangeville Prep. Nice pass inside, and what a play. That's got to make the highlight reels for me. Like that, Rodriguez catches the alley-oop pass, turns midair, adjust his body. Nicely done. 82-74. So I don't know what the call is. I believe it's the ref's giving a tee to Kevin Jeffers, the Central Tech coach. Kevin, of course, coached at the famed Eastern Commerce program before that school closed. Absolute shame. One of the more storied programs, if not the most storied in Canada as far as high school basketball. Davis kicks that. Shamar Rattan-Mays, guarded by Davis. Moncrief back on the floor. Shot clock at 8. Shamar weaves through, kicks out Moncrief for 3. Why not? Can't get it to go. Rebound Malachi Davis. Nagur. Back to Davis, guarded by Tyrese Samuel. Kaleem Mullings, Kevin Nagur, the lefty. Short from the corner. That's Sinclair back on the floor. Rattan-Mays for 3. Shamar from the corner for 3. Shamar showing why he was the MVP, the Henry Carr tournament. 86-74. The lead's at 12. Shamar showing his veteran savvy. Davis. Oh, jeez. Just out of this world. This guy's got a bag of tricks. Malachi Davis. Samuel for 3. Tyrese Samuel getting into the action for 3. Nagur from the corner responds for Central Tech with a 3 of his own. 89-79. Tech not done yet. 6:35 to go in the ball game. Shamar heat check, in and out. Davis to Mullings from the corner, and he gets a 3. Kaleem Mullings trying to pull Central Tech back in it, 89-82. Let's see if MA wants a piece of this action right now. And Moncrief was almost taunting Mullings, holding the ball over his head. Mullings just slapped it out of bounds. But for me, that's one thing Matthew's got to learn. He's got about 8-9 inches on Mullings. Take a shot over him, or put the ball on the floor and attack. Shamar kicks out Prentice for 3. Justice Prentice, he gets into the action now. Well, they're calling it a 2. Foot on the line. Malachi Davis loses the handle on it, but Shamar just out of bounds. Time out on the floor, Central Tech. So we talked about, them not having that deeper rotation. They went to some of the other guys off the bench, and now Orangeville's opened up this double-digit lead. It's at 10. And so hopefully, his starters get a quick blow, get a drink of water, and then get back on the floor here for the last 5 minutes, see if they can reel in Orangeville. Well, it's been a fun game, to be honest. I didn't think it would be going like this, but we got a ball game. (92-82). Don't forget to subscribe to the Athlete Institute YouTube channel you're watching on now. Stay up to date on all things Athlete Institute and Orangeville Prep. Big announcement today about their soccer program here up at the Athlete Institute. You know, obviously the premier basketball academy, not only in Ontario, but in Canada. And they're going to be starting something a little bit similar for soccer, which is exciting news for me. You know, my son is an elite soccer player. And if they can use that formula, you know, within soccer, I was chatting with Alex, who works with AI, about, you know, hey, why not volleyball? I know he's a big volleyball guy. We both worked for Queen's University last year. I was doing the play-by-play and announcing up there. In time, I guess. Soccer to start with. Got the basketball rolling. Davis again from the corner, short on that attempt. MA comes up with a loose ball. Shamar. And Davis is going to get called with a foul. Not the fouls you want to use, especially with the big guys that Orangeville have. If you're going to use up those fouls, use it on the, you know, the Samuels and the Scotts and the Jones when they're attacking the basket. Not 25, 30 feet away from the rim. Samuels puts the ball on the floor. Ball bouncing around. Fuller comes up with a loose ball. Central Tech in transition. Kaleem Mullings, got to be a charge, and it is. Shamar Rattan-Mays takes the charge. Highest basketball IQ in the league. Just plays with the poise and savvy of someone really like a fifth-year college senior. Shamar looking for space. Shamar was like pulled. No foul called. Nas Roberts comes up with a loose ball. And he got ball, but Kaleem Mullings went down hard. I don't think there was any intention to injure from Justice, just going for the loose ball. So Nas Roberts on the floor for Central Tech. I went through Nas the Rapper's whole catalog today, waiting for Roberts to do a big dunk. He hasn't allowed me the call yet. So Fuller for three, short on that attempt. Prentice with the rebound. Moncrief outside to Rattan-Mays. Heat check. Shamar Rattan-Mays is on fire. 3 after 3 here in the fourth quarter. 95-82. Orangeville creating separation late in the game. Mullings got no one. Davis, 5 on the shot clock. Mullings from way downtown, can't get it to go. Joe Jones with the rebound, slows it down. Shamar to Moncrief. Moncrief weaves through off the glass, can't get it to go. Unfortunate for MA. They're calling a foul. Nas Roberts fell down, and now they're going to call a foul. Looks like on Joe. Timeout on the floor. Central Tech needs a breather here, 3:45. So I think for Central Tech, they got to get back to Malachi Davis. This guy was hitting threes from Brampton. He was hitting them from downtown. And got to get it back to him, let him shoot if they're going to try to reel in Orangeville. And for Orangeville, you know, what are we at? 13-point lead, 3:45 to go. Work the clock, work the ball around, try to find the right shot. I mean, Shamar's been on fire in the fourth quarter. Let him keep shooting or slow it down, feed it into Samuels or Moncrief, let them back down somebody, try and draw a foul, or get the easy basket. Love that college basketball season is back in effect. I'm one of those guys that, I watched Duke Kentucky last night, but like literally on a live stream, I'll watch UC Davis versus Cal Northridge, or Stephen F. Austin versus Incarnate Word on a live stream. I don't care. As long as it's college basketball, I'm in. You got to know the dodgy live stream sites to get all these. Although, some good free sites to check out. Watch Stadium. It's a fairly new American site where they put some games up for free on Facebook, actually. And it's a proper broadcast, really well done. They're starting to hire some big-name broadcasters and college basketball writers. So you want some free basketball live streams, Watch Stadium is a good one. Fuller looking for space. Joe Jones affects the shot. And that's knocked out of bounds. Going to be Orangeville ball. Central Tech trying to press. Orangeville works out of it. Again, wisely working the ball around, work that shot clock around. Giovanni spins around off the glass. Giovanni Scott, you got to be kidding me. Giovanni showing the moves. (97-82), 15-point lead, largest of the game. Samuel with the steal. Central Tech running out of gas. And that's got to be a charge. Yeah, good call. Kaleem Mauling's taking the charge. You'll feel that one tomorrow. So Rodriguez back into the game. Rodriguez can shoot the three. So it's got to be Davis, Rodriguez, put up that three. Try to chip back away, and obviously Mullings can obviously shoot the three too. As well, I should say. Timeout just to wipe some of the sweat off after Mullings hit the floor. So I'll be back up, I believe, in 2 weeks. Not next Wednesday, the Wednesday after. I think it's the 28th. And then there's a good 6-7 weeks where these guys are on the road nonstop, where we'll be up here. I always hate that Christmas break. You lose a little momentum. And there's Jones with the steal to Samuel. And here could be the exclamation point. Jones kicks out. Scott for three. Why not? Giovanni's on fire. Giovanni Scott for three. And it's 182. Orangeville finally pulls away. Scott had a big night. Koulibaly and Tyrese Samuel with the putback. Out of nowhere. I didn't even see Tyrese. Flies in, hammers it away. And that should do it for Orangeville Prep. And it looks like Giovanni just got in the eye. He's trying to shake that off. And Jefferson Koulibaly showing his range. 105-82. So it was close. Central Tech had the lead at the half. And I could tell, like I said, Orangeville, they don't come out of the half. They're usually a team that kind of moseys out late, with the style and swagger. And usually it's the other teams out here waiting for them. They were out here a good 4 or 5 minutes before the half ended, taking shots. And Central Tech was the team in the dressing room still getting instruction. And Orangeville was like chomping at the bit. Reminded me of the old days, Mike Tyson, when he would walk into the ring. Usually you see the boxers with, a robe and, all the fanfare hype for that walk back into the ring. But Tyson would just black trunks, black boots, no towels, no nothing, no robes, just like all business. Let's go. I'm ready to go. That's what Orangeville had, that flex coming out at the half, and they really showed it. Really created separation. That's the thing. Good teams, when they're challenged. It was good to see a response from Orangeville. They responded to being pushed. Matthew Alexander Moncrief with a big dunk at the end of the first half gave a little bit of a spark, but Giovanni Scott with some big-time plays in the second half, and Shamar Rattan Mays just caught fire, hitting 3 after 3. Well, I'll give hats off to Central Tech. They came to play. This is a heck of a team, man. These guys, they're going to be a problem for just about anybody in this OSBA. That's the thing, it's Orangeville, and then there's a whole bunch of teams. Even seen Southwest Academy knocked off Kings Christian. Nice putback by Fuller. Well, I saw that Southwest with a big win, and that's a young team on the rise. I thought Kings Christian would be a much more dominant team than them, but on any given night, anyone can win this. And there's Giovanni again. Giovanni having a night. That's one of the things I've loved about Giovanni's game this year is at times, last year and that he was almost a little indifferent. Obviously he's physically gifted, and I think sometimes it takes players a while to figure out, how to play within their own bodies and understand that, hey, you're in a league where everyone's pretty good, and so you can't just show up. You got to play with a little bit more intensity, and Giovanni, he's playing lit, like he's inspired. 106-84. Put back, that's Justice Prentice, Ben Hendricks. Ben didn't get a lot of minutes tonight. Out on the floor. Finally getting some action. Ben's got to find a way to work his way back in. Obviously last year with Athlete Institute had a huge year. And Ben's getting a ton of NCAA interest. I saw him down a couple weeks ago, taking some visits. And speaking of visits, I know Tyree Samuel was down at Pitt, but Ben's got to play a little bit more intense. The competition level to get minutes a lot more fierce. He's definitely capable. I want to see Ben play a little bit more inspired. And Qual out there, Joe Jones, and the ball's going to be stuck. Those 16 seconds to go. Fuller. Nice basket. Fuller's had a pretty good night. Long outlet pass. And Joe with the exclamation point. Joe Jones. 110-88. Orangeville gets the win. So thanks for joining us from the Athlete Institute. I'm Chris McKee. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Once again.